Hi, welcome back. And today's exercise series, we are going to see about the comparison of screw gauge and slip ring induction motor. So normally an induction motor, it has two types of rotor. One is called screw gauge rotor and another one is called slip ring rotor, or it may be called as wound rotor. So based on the type of rotor, the induction motor functionality may get changing. So now we can see the comparison between the two rotors of induction machine. So the first one, the wound rotor, or it may be called as slip ring rotor. The second one, squirrel gauge rotor. Okay. So the first one, here in slip ring induction machine, the rotor consists of three-phase winding, which is similar to the stator winding. But in squirrel gauge, the rotor consists of bars which are shorted at the end with the help of slip ring. So here in slip ring induction machine, if the stator is three-phase winding, the rotor is also a three-phase winding. So the stator pole and rotor pole should be equal. So the stator is also consists of three-phase winding and rotor is also has three-phase winding. But in a screw gauge rotor, the rotor is not made up of winding. It is called copper bar, or it may be aluminum bar. So it is based on the size of the machine. If it is small machine, it can be made up of aluminum, and if you go for larger machine, it's made up of copper. So the copper bars are short circuited at two end by using slip rings. By using slip ring, that is called end rings. Okay, end rings. And the next point, here the slip ring rotor is complicated. The construction of slip ring rotor is it's complicated. But in squirrel gauge, it is too simple to construct the rotor. And the third one, in a slip ring induction machine, the resistance can be added. If you want to add the resistance, that is called external resistance, you can add into the slip ring rotor. But in squirrel gauge rotor, the external resistance cannot be added. The external resistance cannot be added because the rotor bars are shorted by using the end ring. So we can't able to insert an additional resistance, that is called external resistance. And in the fourth one, here in a slip ring rotor, the slip ring and brushes are present so that only the external resistance can be added with the help, added with the rotor with the help of slip ring and brushes. But in squirrel gauge rotor, there is no need of slip ring and brushes. Okay. And the fifth one, the construction is delicate, and due to brush, frequent maintenance is necessary. So here we are using the slip rings, brushes, and we are giving the power supply to both stator as well as rotor, so that it requires an frequent maintenance. But the squirrel gauge rotor, it is robust and it is maintenance free. It is less maintenance only. And the sixth one, in slip ring machine, the rotors are very costly. That is high cost, so that the machine is also high cost. But because of due to the less or simple construction of the rotor is very cheap in this screw gauge machine. And the seventh one, only 5% of induction motor in industry, they are using the slip ring machine. But in screw gauge machine, almost 95% of 95% of induction motor is screw gauge. That type of can be used in the industry as well as any commercial or domestic purposes. And eighth one, so the slip ring induction machine, it produces an high starting torque, but the screw gauge machine, it produces moderate and low starting torque. And the ninth one, the rotor resistance starter can be used to start the slip ring machine, and here the rotor resistance cannot be used. So instead of rotor resistance, so we have to use stator resistance starter, direct online starter, star delta starter, or it may be an auto transformer starter. And next one, Here, the rotor must be wound for the same number of poles as that of stator. So, the number of poles in the stator, which is equal to the number of poles in the rotor, should be equal. But in squirrel cage machine, it automatically adjusting according to the stator. And next, so with the help of external resistance, the speed control adjustment can be possible in the slip ring induction motor, but in squirrel cage induction motor, speed control is not possible because external resistance cannot be added. And next one, the rotor copper losses are high, so efficiency is less. But in squirrel cage, rotor copper losses are less, so that the efficiency will be high. And next one, so because of this high speed motor, high starting torque motor, and can able to control the speed, so that the slip ring motor can be used for lift, hoist, crane, elevator, that is elevator and escalator, compressors, etc. And the squirrel cage, which is used for the lathe, drilling machine, fans, blower, water pump, grinder, and printing machines, etc. So this is an assessment in which motor speed control is possible, whether it's squirrel cage induction motor or slip ring induction motor. So put your answer in the comment section. And these are the few references for this topic. Thank you.